What's going on, everybody? Welcome into another episode and another week of the What the Fuck Podcast. I'm Nick, that's Gunk, and Gunk, we are back for another week of this fabulous podcast.
Yes,
Last
sir.
time we talked, I was dejected, you were doing good, I'm in a bit of a better mood, but for non-hockey reasons. But how are you?
I'm fantastic. What's your non-hockey reason? Oh, I want to know.
I
What's the
got the
what's the
Mets on
Oh, you got
today
you got
for
Pluto.
15 years of Juan Soto. It's going to look
Uh
horrible in 5 years, but I don't care. He can be gone.
you just think about when you're, let's see. Let's see. What are you going to be? 35. Let's say like when you're about
And it's going to be
35
Juan Soto Day because we stopped paying
and
Bobby
you one
Bonilla.
and you're going to have zero championships, zero anything.
Ain't it going to be great?
It's gonna be fantastic.
I know.
Hey, glad it was used in us because I know we were in the conversations too, the Phillies, and I'm like, yeah, no, we need pitching, man. We got enough offense. We need pitching like a mofo.
I'll take it.
I was gonna say, I'm
I
sick
needed
of seeing,
anything right now. I
I'm
needed
sick of
something,
seeing.
man.
Yeah, no, I got you. Although, did you see the things we were posting? I was posting about how I like the top like six NHL guys don't even like
Yes, I saw
equal what
that.
he's making in 1 year. That was crazy.
Yeah.
50 something a year, and probably I think it was the top 4 or 5 NHL guys like a Draisaitl, McDavid, McKinnon. They're all making between the five of them don't even make as much as Soto's going to make this year.
And you could
So
still sign more players to get up to that. You could sign like 3 or 4 solid guys to get up to
absolutely,
that number total.
baseball. All this is a PSA for any parents out there that go, hey, when your kid is 3 or 4, put a baseball bat in its hand, and you'll never have to worry ever again.
Yeah, I mean, base.
Basically, you can buy a goddamn island for right now for all this money he's got. Goddamn. And again, I know we're a hockey podcast, but since you brought it up with the Soto thing, what was up with the friggin'? He just didn't sign with the Yankees because they didn't give him a private suite. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, seriously,
It's like
you can't give
it's
up a
like the
little
Instagram
bit of
hockey
your
comments, man.
Instagram. Oh, we didn't get into that last week. We totally blew over that because of Nick's ranting, raging
Dejection.
Rangers talk, baby. Triple R, ranting, raving Rangers talk, baby. Oh,
There we go.
but yeah, we didn't get into the my new favorite Instagram hockey team now. But again, of course, my team will take that and kill it, just like they did with the peanut butter and jelly last year. They always
Yeah,
kill
I could
anything
get.
that.
I could talk about how they're
Oh,
already starting to kill it.
oh, they're killing it. Oh, some of the shit I'm like, even I am one of the biggest Devils fans in this area and in probably the country here. And if I have to hear their lame social media and their lame like, oh, it drives me nuts. It's like third grade shit. It's not even funny. Like, I mean, there's sometimes it's cute and it's kind of like it's kind of cool. I know. We talked about it last year, like the Valentine's Day things, where it's like, oh, I'll make you holla, and all that goofy Valentine's Day card stuff that the social media puts out. But social media in general, they are the cringiest thing ever. I swear, they are so cringy. The Devils ones. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know you've seen other social media sites that are just as bad as cringe, but I just feel like again, just because I watch it and look at it all the time, I feel like the Devils are so cringe. I look at Rangers
Yeah.
ones and I don't see that much goofiness on Rangers ones. I mean, unless I'm not looking at the right things. I mean, am I
I
wrong?
mean, not necessarily. I mean, there's certain things where it's just kind of like, why? But you notice a lot more Ranger stuff on the actual broadcast. Like, a lot of the MSG commercials that you see are like Ranger stuff. So it is just kind of like after a while they kind of get annoying, but it's nothing like goofy, honestly, or like overused. I mean, the one thing that I hate is that no quit in New York bullshit that they always tried.
Oh,
But other
see
than
now,
that, that's just like a slogan. So it's like, okay. But
I'll tell you I was gonna say I'll tell you the one for the Rangers that really annoys me is the fucking Rangers town. If
why?
you
What's
had,
wrong with that?
dude, if you had any, and this is going from me personally. Again, this is not. This is this is the opinion of the host only, but if you add a town, ville, anything to your name that's not part of your name, it's lame. I'm sorry. I just even even
Boo.
when during the Brady years when they were
No,
calling it like Pat's Nation, I was like, ugh,
no, I love
nation.
that. No, run it.
I don't want to be part of your nation. I don't want to be part of
What's
your town. I
wrong
don't want to
with
be
it?
part of your village. The only
You're
one that can get away with it,
together.
like the only way they get away with it is like Smashville. That's okay,
How
but
is that
because Nashville,
okay?
well, no, because Nashville is part of their name.
Yeah,
Nashville's
okay,
part of their name. So
I
they're
guess.
don't get me wrong, it's not like the best thing,
So then
but
you were fine with Saxonville?
no,
You were,
no,
if that's how we're going, you were fine with Saxonville?
no. I don't like anything. I don't like anything that adds a town, a village,
Yeah, but
anything
it's
like that. No,
Jacksonville. So, I mean,
no,
based off that, I mean,
no, because their thing is Duval, which is kind
yeah,
of
but
lame. But what am I gonna do? But yeah, if you have a ville in your name or something, that's fine. But yeah, anything, yeah, Rangerstown, and I guess maybe I'm also looking for them when they wave that giant flag when they score, and I'm like, ah, oh, goddamn.
yeah, but I want to be
I
one
get
of the
annoyed
people
at
that run the flag.
that. That is true. Oh, and like I said, you got to again. I'm not the biggest Rangers lover, but they're innovative, man. Because every time I see something on the
Yeah,
Rangers
they sure are.
I'm talking about like if you see anything like on the Rangers broadcast, like something like or in their crowd, like the flag waving. I mean, is that like a new thing again? Because I'm not again, I don't watch a lot of the like other teams and stuff. Is that like a big thing in like hockey? Because I only noticed it when the Rangers started doing it, and now the
Uh,
Devils are doing it with their
which
giant flag.
during what part of the game? Like just in general, or like at the
Yeah,
beginning of
like
a game?
I noticed it more when we watched a couple years ago during the playoff series when they score the goal and they wave the big flag
Oh yeah, that
underneath.
they started doing
Yeah.
that
Okay.
probably 5, 6 years ago. At this point, it's been for a
Okay.
while.
Okay. Well, that's where the point was like now the Devils are starting to do it because I noticed it when I went to the game. I don't know because we could talk about your experience the other day too
Yeah,
when because apparently the enemy went to our home without
you
me.
can't say no to free. I'm
Oh,
sorry. I
dude,
could
free 99 is the best price ever.
I could tell the story of my adventure
Mm,
before we get
of
on, but I'll
course.
first I'll lead into our Devil stuff. We're talking about the last time that we talked. The Devils are coming off a big win at the Garden over the Rangers that broke me. Um, then we moved on to a homestand that the Devils are currently on. Starting
Yep.
off with the game Friday against Seattle that we started talking about last week a little bit, and I ended up going to this game. It was
Yes.
a last minute kind of thing. I had work at 6 o'clock in the morning, so I was working. My coworker comes in at 7. He's not even there for 30 minutes at this point. Turns to me and goes, "Hey, would you want to go to a hockey game tonight?" Sure. Fuck it. Why not?
Absolutely.
So we're waiting around. He was waiting to see if anybody else wanted to take them before he jumped on them. And it got close to the end of our shift, so he was like, "All right, I guess you're up to bat." And I was like, "Bet." So we planned everything out, got all ready, and I went and saw a pretty good hockey game that night. Uh,
Really good.
the Devils looked pretty good early on. I You can tell me if I'm wrong. They looked a little slow. The Devils. It looked
Yeah,
like
they did.
Seattle was beating them to a lot of pucks, but they were making good. They were making really good on their chances. So I feel
No,
like it didn't really
absolutely.
matter.
No, Seattle came out really well in this game. I was very surprised that they jumped out really well in this game just because they played the night before. So I was kind of like, oh, we figured, the Devils have been really good this year at jumping on the teams that they played on the back-to-back nights, like this on when the team's coming into Prudential on a back-to-back or they're going somewhere on a back-to-back. Usually those are the games they've really had success with this year. I mean, we'll go to Sunday when that equation didn't work at all, but for the Seattle game, yeah, they seemed like Seattle kind of jumped out really fast on them. They did get the 1-0 lead on them, which again is starting to creep in as a little bit of a problem. And especially, and it's a weird stat, like the scoring on the first shot of the game. Oh, it must have been like three or four, like 3 out of 4 or 4 out of 5 games in a row where they were the other team was scoring on the Devils on their first shot of the game. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not like it's consistently it was a bad stat where they're, it's a losing streak or anything because they actually played well in those games. But it just seemed like it's just like heartbreaking when, especially the other night when you came out against Toronto and you were peppering the hell out of Stolars. I mean, you were peppering the hell out of them, and you come out of there 0-0 at after the first, and it's really heartbreaking. And then, like I said, they score literally on, I think it was their first or second shot of that game. Once the period was over, I think. I'm trying to remember. I know it was one of those games, but yeah, like I said, the early consistency of that, was really bad in the Seattle game. Then they came out, got the game tied. I mean, like I said, really well. And like I said, it was one of those hard fought victories that you could tell Seattle kind of faded at the end because again, of playing the back-to-back nights. Really solid win by the Devs. Like I said, Luke got it tied right back up, which was a beautiful goal. I mean, gosh, that was such a beautiful goal by Luke the other day, right off his mask. Right in. He reminded me of his brother for a little while. We had a little Jack flashbacks here.
Well, we got it from his brother, so we better. It had a little magic on it.
And then, like I said, we get down, as I said, after one, it's 1-1. And then the greatest thing, because I knew you were at the game, happened. Yes. He already knows it because that's my boy. Look at him. He already knows.
He did it.
He did it.
We were there last year to see him. He didn't fucking play, so we got stuck with Kraken guy. And then he does it. And on the power play.
And on the power
play. It made me happy.
As soon as I saw him score, I was like, and I saw who it was, I was like, oh, Nick is probably
I got to see it live in person. I was so happy.
Shane Wright. God
Shane
bless.
Wright, his 6th of the season on the power play, early in the period, too.
Rare, yeah. It was only 3:41 in. But, yeah. And then, like I said, Jesper and the boys, again, I'm going to get into this in a few minutes once we go through these games from the week. The scoring's just not there right now, and it's really the depth scoring that's really hurting us right now. Like I said, it's Jasper doing really well. Palat scored the only goal the other night. Like I said, that line is really clicking. The Nico line is kind of slowed down. I mean, Meyer got the game winner the other night I don't know what Vince Dunn was thinking about in that game. I mean, I don't know why he threw it right in front underneath Grubauer and Meyer was able just to tap it in for the game winner. I mean, that was.
I was watching the play and I saw it just kind of laying there and I was like, oh. I was like, something better come from this. And Timo Meyer's 9th.
Yes, and that's probably the easiest goal Timo scored since he scored the San Jose goal in the 1-0 loss. So, I mean, it was. I mean, like I said, nice anticipation by by Timo to see it, pop it in. Vin Dunn made the big mistake, and they cashed in on it. So, it's really solid 3-2-1. I mean, again, second, third period, I feel like they played really hard. They came out, they got back to their defense, which is apparently starting to become a core of this team again. Which is really good for me because I love that defense. I love the toughness. I love the defense. It's really rolling right now, in that wise. So we come off we got 2 in a row, we're rolling, and then we run into apparently this buzzsaw called Colorado, which I didn't think they were, but apparently they are. I mean, they really came out.
Ask and ye shall receive. You got Scott Wedgwood.
The woods on that team are ridiculous. They are packing mad wood on Colorado. I swear.
Hey, yo.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, yes.
Hey,
yeah.
yo.
Now
they got Wedgwood and Blackwood.
I was trying to slip in a little, for the adults out there. But anyway. But yeah, like I said, they acquire Scott Wedgwood from Smashville, which again
from San Jose.
Oh, was it San Jose?
It was San Jose.
Blackwood came from San Jose, and I was trying to go back.
Oh, to Wedgwood.
Wedgwood was the first piece because I want to get into him because why don't we just have him because he just owns Prudential Center. I mean, holy crap, he owns us this year. Oh,
you did have
as
him.
we go back into. Yeah, as we roll into the Colorado game, which was a terrible game. But again, it's one of those you don't get really discouraged about because it's more like you could see the potential of this team. They're getting shots on goal. They're getting to the net. They're just running into a couple, really good goaltenders in the last couple games. And they've really stood their head against this Devils team. There was points in some of these games where it could have been legitimately 4-0, 5-0 at times. They just weren't putting the puck in the net, which again, it's most of the NHL does that, but yeah, right now it's the lack of scoring depth on this team. The third and especially on the third line with the Hala, you get Hala Nason, who's only really he's working really well and does what a third line player does, but he's scoring a lot of his points that he's getting recognized for on the power play. And then when you're playing on the first power play unit with a Jack and a Nico and a Dougie Hamilton, and a Jesper Bratt, I mean, you're going to score. I mean, you're going to be the odd man out. So you're going to find the puck, especially a guy like Nason who thrives on playing the front of the net, which is, was Timo's job during when he was on the first power play unit. But they figured Nason's a little more slipperier, a little less big than Timo, trying to slip it in, make it a little more faster on the power play, which again, it has succeeded because they have one of the best power plays ever so far. I don't know how it's going to shake out in the end, but for right now, they're on pace to eclipse, the Oilers record of power play, percentage wise. So like I said, the power play's been really clicking. Like I said, Wedgwood just came up really big in the Colorado game. Again, they got a couple, clutch goals, in the end, and empty netter. And by the time you over, it's a 4-0 loss for the Devils. Which, like I said, I wasn't really that big a concerned about in the game. Which again, like I said, because I felt like they played a good game and Wedgwood just played really well. And then we moved to Tuesday.
Yeah, your test.
Wow.
Your big test.
Big test, and again, yes, we as we see, Toronto wins the game in overtime 2-1 on a beautiful goal by Austin Matthews. Oh, so good. I mean, Pesce did his best to get back, and he really did get back really well. That could have been just a break, and Pesce really hustled to get back, tried to make a play on it. But with somebody as quality as Austin Matthews, especially now being healthy again, you could just see it in his face when he scored that goal that he really wanted that one.
And it's tough on Pesce because you want to try to make a play there, but if given Matthews is like in all alone, any kind of play you make there that's a penalty is a penalty shot, and that's probably just going to end up being a goal anyway because it's Austin Matthews.
Exactly.
It's a lose-lose situation for Pesce, so to come out of it with a goal being scored like that is probably better. But what's glaring to me in terms of issues with this game is the shots on goal, because the Devils outshot Toronto 39-17.
Yes.
Shot breakdowns, first period 16-1 for the Devils. 11-5.
Yeah.
11-9, and then 2-1 in overtime.
Yeah, the 2-1 in overtime, which were two great shots by Toronto. The one Markstrom, I mean, it could have ended really early, and Markstrom made a tremendous save on. The one Devils shot was a really good shot. I don't know if they registered that as the Pesce shot, that right before the goal, or if that was one of the earlier in that overtime period. I'm not really sure because I wasn't really tracking the counter at the time, so I wasn't really looking at it. And especially, by the way, MSG, please put up a fucking shot counter. That is driving me so nuts.
I agree.
That's driving me so nuts, MSG. Every other channel, and again, now that I have the ESPN and I watch Power Play sometimes, so I'm watching other coverages from around the country and in Canada, and they all have shots on goal fucking graphics up all during the game, so you know how many shots are on goal. I mean, I don't know what's MSG's problem with that. I mean, yeah, sometimes they pop it up on the on the side of the. What is that? I know there's a technical term for that. The letterbox on the top.
The score bug.
The score bug. Okay, there you go. I knew Nick would know that. He's kid's is smart. He knows all his jargon. The score bug. Usually sometimes they pop out on the side. The score bug. The shots on goal. But if you're not looking at your phone or looking, on a device or something, you don't know how many shots are on goal really. During the course of a game, which was something I like looking into during the game. So, but yeah, that first period was I don't know how Toronto came out of there 0-0. Like I said, Stolar stood on his head in that first period.
Yeah, he is really proving himself to be one of the top goalies in the NHL right now. It's insane to see him go
Absolutely.
from a backup in Florida behind Bobrovsky to
Yeah.
what is probably the starter in Toronto. Because I mean, Wall Wall is good, but
Wall. I think sometimes too. I always say Wolf and Wall. I know
no,
Wolf is the guy.
I want to say Hall, but I'm thinking Justin
Oh,
Hall. I'm thinking the
oh,
defenseman.
okay. I always,
Uh,
I always get Dustin Wall and Dustin Wolf confused. That I again one of those. It's one of those Tommy things. You know what I mean? It's like
you
one of those
know,
Gunk things. Like,
I was getting
duh.
I was getting Justin Hall. I was pulling the Detroit defenseman.
Oh, see, there you go. See,
Um,
but yeah,
yeah,
but
but
yeah,
Stolars
like
has
I said,
looked good.
really good. I mean, he was again, he stood on his head in that game, and I couldn't even just stand up and like give him a fucking round of applause because he played a fantastic game against the Devils.
Hmm.
And again, they deserved to get the second point, but it was again really classic game. And we have an enemy in our new house. His name is Max Pacioretty.
Why? What's wrong
Oh,
with Patches?
did he clobber Jack? Oh, if you watch, did you watch the hit?
I
Oh,
didn't. Hold
he
on.
very very clean hit. I know. I had reposted it on our TikTok page of whatthepuckpod.com. Excuse me, what the puck on TikTok there. But yeah, the Max. My poor daughter hates Max Pacioretty right now.
Nah, we love
That is.
Patches.
Oh well,
Oh,
of course. Well,
hold
there
on.
you
The name of
go.
the name of the the name of the video is Maple Leafs Max Pacioretty runs over Jack Hughes with huge hit. That's great.
Oh please let that be the one with the bong in it, the Taco Bell bong, because
No,
that
this
was
is from Sports.
hilarious.
Oh my god. Oh my god, it killed him.
And a clean hit too, like not even like any
Wait, hold on.
like
Why'd you
not
do
saying
that?
it was dirty or anything.
No,
Very
that's
clean
fine.
hit by Patrick Riley. Patrick,
But oh my god,
but
wait.
oh, but yeah, oh that God did he? And I saw it live, and I
Holy,
went and I cringed in my chair like
my
ooh,
god, he killed him.
it was literally one of those hits where I was like,
Ooh.
please get up. Oh God, please get up.
He's fine.
Because that there, like I said, there's the one video. If you watch the video, it's the exact same video, except one of the TikToks added the Taco Bell bong at the hit, and it had to be pissed in my fucking pants. I was rolling, and now all I got to do to go to Maddie is just go bong, and she'll go, "Shut up, Dad." It is. But yeah, Matt, yeah, that was wow. What a hit on freaking poor
Oh,
Jackie boy. Oh God, I
nah,
said Jackie boy. I've been hanging out with Maddie way too long.
Jackie
Oh,
boy.
Jackie boy. This is what I get. This is what I get as a father of a preteen daughter. You know what I mean? So you don't understand this kind of thing, there,
Jackie
Nick. I
boy.
swear, but yeah, preteen daughters really find their way and really will stick to their man at the time. Oh, but yeah, but again, yes, like I said, I came out of the Toronto game still with high expectations. Like I said, right now I feel like again, right now goaltending. Markstrom has been playing really well. The only problem I have with Jake Allen right now is out with a undisclosed injury right now.
Oh,
So yeah, Ian Poulter got called up the other day to back up Markstrom during the Toronto game. I haven't got anything through this morning if Allen was ready for tonight or not. But for right now, Jake Allen's dealing with some kind of injury right now. So the goaltending's a little thin, but Markstrom, if he played the way he played against Toronto, like I said, just keep rolling with them. I mean, because like I said, that was a fantastic game that between everybody in the team, it was one of those like classic games to watch.
huh.
So yeah, so like I said, goaltending's a little bit of concern right now, but it's not like worse for wear. It's not like, and again, if we knew something about Jake Allen where he was out for like a long time, we would probably know it by now. So like I said, I'm waiting right now to see what the on Twitter or X, excuse me, like Amanda Stein, see what she has to say, because usually about 10:30 practice time, she'll usually give us the inside scoop about, who's on the ice, who's out there, what's going on and stuff like that. So,
Oh.
in the next few minutes, I'm sure we'll see, something come up, with Allen, especially if he's not on the ice for, morning practice.
Yeah, well,
And like I said, then the scoring depth, like I said, it's third line. Like I said, fourth line, you really don't expect a lot out of. They've played really hard, and the fourth line's been really hustling out there. I really enjoy it, especially with Nate Bastian coming back. Yeah, he played really well the other night. But the third, and like I said, the Nico line's got to step it up a little more. Nico's kind of slipped off. He's been playing his game, but he hasn't been scoring like he has. Dawson Mercer's got to get the jump start. Holla's got to get the jump start. Cotter's come back to life. He's not scoring at the pace he was, earlier in the season. So, like I said, my biggest concern right now is the scoring depth of this team. I feel like the defense has really come into its own. They played really well. They're not giving up the 7-8 goals like they used to, back in the day where the defense just looked horrible last year. It's completely 180 from the defense effort of last year. And like I said, but again, depth, like I said, how it is in hockey. When the team gets hot, they start scoring in bunches. And for right now, like I said, Jack and Jesper and that core four of the Devils core four right now are keeping them in games. So like I said, we'll see what's going on. We got the Kings tonight, which is going to be another really good game. I love when we play the Kings. I don't know why. I don't know. It's just New Jersey, Los Angeles. I don't know why. I think it's a lot of NHL 94 kind of games. You know
all
what I
right.
mean?
The Kings
It's
make
like
the Kings give a good game. They're sneaky on the road.
they are. Like I said, I read something on Twitter the other day. They're the best. They're the best good to mid team ever, like in like NHL right now.
Yeah, they are.
They
They
could
are
be
the
they could be
best of
good.
the
They could
okay.
be mid. Yeah, exactly.
But
But yes.
right now, the worst of
Mm-hmm.
the okay is my team.
Oh, go ahead.
So after we
Let's get
last
into it.
spoke, and I carried on and on for however long I did, we
About
go into
42 minutes.
okay.
Yeah,
We
no,
go
you
into a
how long
4-2
is the leg?
win over Pittsburgh. They looked really good in this game against Pittsburgh. Came out really strong, really fast, and never really looked like they were a step behind. It looked like a good answer to the game against the Devils. It looked like they were really able to utilize the 3 days that they had off. They were able to come back refreshed against a good Pittsburgh team that was rolling. They were on 4 games in a row. One. You come out of it 4-2. You should be able to build on that. You looked good for in between Friday and Sunday. You looked good for probably 85, 90 minutes. You go into the game against Seattle, you're rolling, you're up, you get the first goal, they tie it, you get two, you go up 3-1. You should be good. You should be good. No.
Nope.
No. 1406. 3-2. 1 goal game for Brandon Tanev, his 7th of the season. 1534. It's tied. Ellie Tolvanen. 1924. It's 4-3 Seattle. Oliver Bjorkstrand. Second period's done. Okay, cool. Just get into the third, try to get one, try to tie the game. Minute in, Vince Dunn scores. Fuck
I
you.
understand your pain. Oh, I understand.
And then,
Oh,
and
and
then you thought
then
I was
yes,
laughing Friday at 11:13
I
for
thought the
his
same thing when I saw
7th
the
goal of
score.
the season. Shane Wright. Everybody's Shane Wright.
Maybe Shane Wright should move to the Metro Division. He plays pretty well, damn, against us,
Shane
against these
Wright.
East Coast teams.
And then the human pylon scores.
Yay!
Yay! His 2nd of the season makes it 6-4. And then Loft scores to make it 6-5. And I turn the game on thinking that there's hope. That's what I get.
There's always hope.
Yachty Gord scores the empty netter, makes it 7-5. Rangers lose 7-5. I wanted everybody gone.
11 and a half nil.
It,
5, 7, 6 goals. Oh no, I think the Quick played that game.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I
Quick did
think the
play
Quick
that game
played that
because
game.
Igor
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Igor was becoming a dad. He was becoming a dad
Yes.
to another
Oh,
baby.
congratulations.
Congrats
Oh,
to
see, I didn't
him.
even know that. Oh, good
He
for him.
had he
Congratulations.
had a
Yeah.
baby girly.
Oh, very nice. God bless. So I said no. Yeah, again, I hate Rangers, but anything like that, I get you gotta give congratulations to. Absolutely, congratulations on the birth. That's awesome.
But then it doesn't mean fucking shit because then he plays Monday night and loses to Chicago. It don't matter. Fuck your kid. Fuck your contract. Win against Chicago. They're last in the league. I don't care. That's supposed to be the one that you win. I don't care if you lost to Buffalo last night. Beat Chicago.
Oh, that was the one during this. They said that was the one the other day that really got Rangers fans going again. There was a little bit of a after, like I said, after the game on Friday. There was kind of a after the Pittsburgh game was kind of like okay, we maybe the trade we got Truba away, we got Igor signed, everything's okay. We can run the ship, and that Chicago game just all the Rangers fans just jumped
I
right back
think
off the Titanic.
I think it would have been better if you didn't lose the way you lost the day before.
Exactly.
Don't lose the way you did the afternoon before. We won't have this problem. I would have been fine with the 2-1 loss. It was a fine enough loss, but you lost 7-5 after being up 3-1 before. You made it worse. You're trying to make things better. You got rid of one of the problems, and you made it worse.
And apparently it caused another problem because Zibanejad is getting heat everywhere now.
But then he
So
scored, so hopefully it doesn't mean
and he
anything.
scored. Yeah, like I said, it's like one of those like I just feel like the Rangers fans, and again, you can tell this from your perspective. It feels like Ranger fans are just trying to blame everyone that
Because
anyone
everything
that's not nailed
sucks.
down.
Everything sucks, so we don't know what to pick.
And like I said, God, you guys are so jaded because I sat here for years and years with horrible losing seasons and all that, and I'm finally excited for this season. And now I get Rangers fans who had literally they had basically a Green Bay transition from Lundqvist to Shishkin, just like the Packers did with Favre to Rodgers, now to Love.
But Aaron Rodgers
It's
won a
like,
Super Bowl. Then it makes sense. You're
oh,
at least
stop.
trading champion for champion. Do something.
Yeah, I agree, but like I said,
Ah.
the but yeah, like I
Ah.
said, Rangers fans are just going berserk right now, and they're just trying to find anything to blame for this team's lack of. I don't know if it's a lack of focus, a lack of
It's lack of anything.
lack
It's
of
lack
skill.
of all. All of the above. Anything, all of it. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all of it.
They're just picking off the all of the above box. They're going with choice D, all of the above.
There's 4 to 5 players that are not a problem on this. The players that are not a problem are anybody under the age of 25, Artemi Panarin, Adam Fox. Adam Fox is 23. Artemi Panarin and Chris Kreider and Vincent Trocheck and Igor. Well, shaky. Everybody
Shaky.
else problem. Everybody else problem. If you're under the age of 25, if you're not under the age of 25, Artemi Panarin, Chris Kreider, Vincent Trocheck, or Igor Shesterkin, you're a problem. You're the problem.
And that's your core. That's
I
the core of
know,
your team.
but we've had this core for 5 to 6 years now, and nothing.
Yep.
So I don't know, but
You know,
let's.
what I was gonna say, this feels, and it feels like it's so weird. As you're saying this right now, the comparison, and I don't know if you would agree with it or not, but the comparison to this Rangers team, who's had this 4 to 5 year stretch of really successful, making conference finals and stuff, reminds me of the Rex Ryan Jets
Oh.
of 10, 11, where they made a couple of championship games with Mark Sanchez and then just fell off the face of the earth, and they haven't picked up
I don't want
since
to be the
then.
Jets.
Unfortunately, you're gonna have to be in this
I don't
scenario.
I don't want to be the Jets.
But it also feels like I said, this team, like I said, they're starting to get that feel of, yeah, we got as far as we can with this team. We're gonna have to either build at it at the trade deadline, tear it all down. And the tearing it all down part is not really an option right now. You got to go with you got to go with your hot hand right now.
Yeah, I mean, I I think with this game against Buffalo last night, you're in a position to start building more. Um, because they looked really good last night. They were in control since the drop of the puck. They played a pretty solid 55 minutes. It's better than some of the games where they've put in zero. So they played really good last night. They got the win. They slipped a little bit late in the third, but I mean, it's fine. You still hung on to win. I was happy. Um, you can build off this now, especially if you get another good start at home against Los Angeles. You may even see Quick in that game, just as a who knows. Like you may play him against his former team, but I mean, even then, you're gonna get a good game. You're gonna have to be ready. And I mean, you're gonna get a good game out of LA, like we were talking about with the Devils. The Rangers got to be ready because they have a back to back because they got to travel to St. Louis for Sunday. But I mean, other than that, this team looks fine enough. I mean, they're losing, but they're looking better. They're starting to improve. I think this win against Buffalo is really going to be something that can help the team get going. Um, Fox scored, Mika scored, Smith scored. I mean, those were the three. So, I mean, three guys that have been struggling the season to get going, got going. Uh, Not much to really scream about, I guess. I mean, if the game last night went differently, this would have been a different episode.
Oh yeah, so I thought of that last night when I was watching it on the phone. I was like, okay, that's we won't have that big of a not big of a rant today, but
No, we're good. I don't have much Ranger stuff
again,
to talk about.
yeah, it's baby steps for the team, and
Exactly.
again, I feel like again, I don't feel like it's. I mean, yes, it is on the ice product that they're putting out right now. I can agree with that, but it's also the overreaction by Rangers fans. I mean, like I
Yeah.
said, it's one of those, like I said, it's an overreaction by Rangers fans, which again could happen to any good team that has been in this position all but basically Boston's going through the same problem right now with they had a lot of success. They had a little bit of a slip up at the beginning of the season. They fire their coach, and it's like now they're starting to they're starting to creep back up again. So again, a lot during these seasons, a lot of you go through ups and downs, and especially in the 82 game season, you go through a lot of ups and downs, and sometimes you just got to understand it. But like I said, if you've had success, for 5, 6, 7 straight years, and you have a law like this, it does kind of get your fans kind of freaked out. I know if I was in your position, I'd be really freaked out. But again, I'm coming from a position of, we sucked all, for the last 5 or 6 years. So this is a breath of fresh air for us. We had the little gasp the other, 2 seasons ago, and now I feel like we're starting to, especially with Keith behind the bench, because I feel like, again, I just love him as a coach. And like I said, I know, like I said, a lot of people crapped on him in Toronto and stuff, but for not, getting him past the playoffs. But I feel again, again, I don't know if it's like because I'm watching him every day and I'm not looking from a distance, but I feel like Sheldon Keefe is a really, really good head coach for this team, and I feel like I said, there's a bright future, and it makes my fans feel super happy that we have somebody behind the bench now that can mold these young players into a winning team.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you're in the real NHL now. But, gang, this has been another real fantastic episode of the What the Puck podcast. I've been Nick. That's been Gunk. Gang, check us out on social media at What the Puck Pod. We greatly appreciate it. Check us out on YouTube at What the Puck Podcast. We will get this episode up to you, and you have our full catalog of all our other episodes. Gang, we
Absolutely.
love you. Gunk, I love
Yeah.
you.
Love you
Gang,
too, Nick.
we will catch you next week. Have a good one. Make sure you watch lots of hockey. Stay safe. Peace.
Peace.